Well, as you might be able to tell, it's a little hot here in the camper. This is our Imagine 2800 bunkhouse. I see the bunk is in the back. And one thing that we have is a single air conditioner. Now, that allows us to run on 30 amps. We've been all over the United States. Last year we did 17 states, including Texas and New Mexico. And we were fine with one air conditioner. There was a few nights where it was kind of marginally warm, but we have a fan and we have the air conditioner on, keep the blinds closed. And even in Moab, Utah, it was like 106, I think, for like 3 days. And we still were okay on 130 amp. However, that was in the main area. In the bedroom, the front bedroom, we only have one vent, and that's connected to that duct. So here you see we have this duct here, and there's another one by the bathroom, and then there is one in the bathroom. And then down on this side, you have one above the sink and above the rear bed. So what I did this morning was took this regular style, which you can turn, and I replaced it with this style, which you can close. Okay, so now in both the bathroom and above the back bunk, we have those styles that you can just reach up and close. Because, our daughter would get cold on the top bunk. The bathroom was nice and cold. Up front, we were still pretty warm. So what I'm doing right now is I've opened the front where you can add the second air conditioner, and it is ready to receive with the electrical outlet there. But I also noticed that the duct, that runs the ceiling, connects. So if you do add a front air conditioner, you can add it, and it will be able, if you get one that has the side discharge, you'd be able to get one that you can also connect into that plenum. But that gave me an idea. If I close off the bathroom with these, closable style vents, I can keep some of the more air in the duct, and then I can get a little bit more cooling here in the middle, but also in the front, especially if I add one. So what I did is I took that one out in the bathroom, and I'm going to move it forward. So let's see what we're doing there. Okay, so here in the front bedroom, we have this one on the door side. And then we have the vent where you can add, and it is ready to receive the second air conditioner. So what I did is I measured off the wall and off of this rib, and measured twice, cut once. And so here we have what's in the ceiling. So here is the ceiling luan, this, thin wood luan, and I cut that with just a round roto zip tool on my Dremel because I didn't have a hole saw big enough. And then this foam that you see here is the duct. So I went most of the way through, and we'll cut this last little bit right here and pop this out. And there you have the duct. So now what I can do is I can cleanly, and it's a nice line duct. I'll make sure I vacuum that pretty good with the shop vac. I'll tape this joint here in a second, and then we'll install the flange that we have from the bathroom, which is just the fixed flange like this one. But if I can always swap the heads if I feel I have too much air and want to have an adjustable one here. So let me show you that product. Okay, here's the one I took out of the bathroom. Okay, so I didn't snap it back on. You can easily pop these front covers off with just a screwdriver if you ever have to. And here's the mounting flange for that. So that's going to go up in the ceiling with these 4 screws. The one that has the adjustable vent is this Thetford model 94271. They have been hard to find. I was lucky enough to find 2 of them. I think it was RV Parts Express. And it still took a few weeks because they were on back order. But that should make a big difference, up here having that in. So let me get that mounted up, and we'll be right back. Got a pretty nice snug fit there. What I did is I put that on the ceiling first. Pull this back out. So what I did is I had it upside down like this. And I traced it on the ceiling, measuring off of this rib in the ceiling, 4 3/4 back to the face, which lines it up with that one. And then I think it was 26 1/4 off of the wall, and that puts me in the duct. What you can't see probably from there, obviously, is, so I've taped this, cut little triangles, folded it back like they did in the main ones. And then right here, I am about an inch, about an inch, 1.25 off of the edge of the duct. So I'm pretty close to being centered in the duct, and this fits nice and smooth. I like that. So we will just fasten this right up into the luan, and then these screws go kind of into that cavity, right? That's between that duct, as long as you keep your drill bit. And I think this is just that number 2 square bit, if I remember right, that all these fasteners are here in the camper. And what's nice about them is, obviously you can see how nice and smooth they are, just going right up there into that luan, but do not over tighten them. Okay, so there we have that, and then we're going to just take our cover. So our new cover, I'm going to snap it on there. And there we go. So now it's adjustable. I can face this one more towards me, and this one, is kind of facing more towards my wife. And then we can still spin and adjust those. And if all goes well, maybe we don't need the little fan here. Now this is nice because I can just clip this onto the door frame if we're outside, onto one of the handles. It's a nice little battery operated fan that we can get on Amazon for like 20 bucks. But that's what we've been using with the single duct. So let's give you an up close there of the install. So there it is, nice all the way around. And then we'll fire up the air conditioning, see how it goes. Okay, so we're back. We have the air conditioning turned on low just for right now. And our ceiling vents are currently nice and mounted. Let's come in here. So there you can see there's the 2. So we have pretty nice layout, and it lines up with those vents that go down through. And here you go, you can see we got good airflow there coming out of the vent. Same with the one that was here originally. And down here we have the one above the bed, which we can close just by doing that. If nobody's sleeping in there, then we still have this one here in the bedroom, in the bathroom, right? Nice flow, or we can click that closed. And a little bit, you can still feel some cool air coming around that little bit of a gap. But now that that's all closed, we should be pushing a little bit more air out of these other vents in the ceiling. So overall, pretty happy with that. It doesn't take too long to do. Just take your time and measure. I think my wife will be happy now. We'll be able to get that bedroom cooler. It's supposed to be, I think, 92 to 95 this week here in Pennsylvania for September. So we've had a pretty mild summer though. We've had some heat waves, but nothing too major. But this was something simple to do, no real cost to modify anything significant. It's just taking out the existing vent and putting in another. I already had a shop vac. I already had a spiral cut bit for the Dremel, made it nice and easy. Just, you know, take your time and measure. Now, even if we do decide to add the second air conditioner at some point in the future, we can still use like one of those RV adapter kits that go right into the duct, or we can get a unit that, you know, spills straight down into the bedroom, maybe a smaller capacity unit, and that way it's only there on demand when we need it. But overall, I'm happy with the product, and we'll try it out on our next camping trip. All right, have a good Labor Day weekend.